gentlemen, welcome back to 51, is it? We're hitting the fucking streets. It's a bit of a fucking different one today, ladies and gentlemen. We got this motherfucker right next to me talking some bullshit right now. Hit him.
Hey, Jesus Christ, you threw me off. You said goddamn. You said ladies and goddamn gentlemen.
Yeah, I did. I did. Switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? For 51.
We've not done it in a while.
Exactly.
I was expecting like the cookie cutter, same thing you always say.
Nah, bro. Sometimes you just gotta hit him with the unexpectedness. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Expect the unexpected.
But yeah, it's been a minute.
It has, yes.
I just want a conversation with you, Martin. I've just not spoke to you, you know. Well, you do call me every day. The same time, like in between 6 and 7 is normal. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you give me some wild cards.
That's it. 10s,
yeah,
9s.
You ring me at like 11. Like,
11.
What are you doing, bro?
That's it. Sometimes I'm just like,
I'm in bed.
I haven't spoke to Ølund today, so
nah. I appreciate that.
It's no problem.
You know.
So it was yeah.
But I always
think something you're all, like sometimes, not sometimes, but it's pretty much every day when I call you. That's like I'm thinking about you, so I call you at that time.
That's sweet, man.
It's fine.
And I always think, you know, like normally on this podcast we talk about like we watch a film and then we talk about it, but that was always just because like we had a lot to say. Like, we have a lot to say anyway, like, regardless of the film. Mm-hmm. And you calling me every day just got me think. We were having a conversation, and I just thought, this is what the podcast should be. This is, like, the gold. The film just lubricates us together. And, you know, like, no doubt that we'll watch films and, like, talk about, you know what I mean? But, like, let's just have a chat.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm always down to have a chat. We could always come up with. It's not even come up with. We've got probably a lot to say, and
I feel like
a lot that we've done.
I feel like I've not seen you properly since like Christmas.
Yeah, same.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean, like it's been like the last 3 months have gone by so fucking quick. It's like
they have. This year's.
It was Christmas. All of a sudden, it's March now,
and the weather like is causing chaos. Like we've had snow here in the UK, so it's been like, but it was hot before that, so it has been thrown off. But then, we went to like a wedding last year, and that was the last time that we were like all together.
Yeah,
and then I feel like our like friend group have just been doing their own thing. And I've been like working on music and whatnot, and you've been doing your thing.
Yeah, I've been streaming. So if you want to check me out after 8 games, Twitch, hit me up.
He's plugging. You're plugging hard.
Straight away. Half fucking 5 minutes in, I'm already plugging in. It's fun.
Yeah, so we've been like doing our own thing, but I'm really excited to be sat here with you and just literally talking, because that is... where I think we come up with our funniest material, to be honest with you, Martin.
I mean, we do have some ludicrous ideas, but so fun and games, I guess.
What, you know? Like the other day when we were talking about making films?
Yeah. Like to me, I just love the idea of like, it may be like overthinking it, but like whenever there's a conspiracy, just completely and utterly like butchering what the conspiracy is. I just want to like go through every single possibility that there is.
Well, I
when
think
it comes to something like that.
The conspiracy mindset is funny. Like just thinking that things aren't what they seem.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
there's something afoot here.
Putting like that into film is just, they go hand in hand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Why? Which one of our ideas are you thinking of?
Oh, no. Like, even new ideas. I'm thinking more of, like, every time that I see a film now, I kind of want to like not butcher the film in the way that the film is shit and it was supposed to do this. More like, where could I go with the possibilities of what I've just watched? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you lived in that world,
You're gonna write a screenplay.
no.
You're coming up. You're. That's the creative.
That's a possibility.
That's
hey,
the creative mindset, man. You're thinking about narrative branch offs and different,
yeah.
different possibilities.
But then,
It's a good mindset to be in.
like, maybe it'll turn into something like, I'll write my own in a way of like, okay, maybe.
You should definitely write that stuff down.
Yeah, I don't see why not. But at the
Just in your
moment,
phone.
just at the moment, I'm
Who's
just
looking?
enjoying it. I enjoy doing it in my head.
You're riding the wave.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. So once I get to a stage where I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should be doing this as full-time writing screenplays. Imagine that.
Well,
That'd be great.
if they're anything like any of the ideas that we've had for films, Martin, I can't wait to read them. My dog one, I'm telling you. My dog idea is
What do we call it?
good boy.
Good boy. Would you like to explain to the audience what your dog idea?
You got to set the scene. So
you got to set the scene.
Good Boy is a
I
film.
can't wait for this.
Good Boy is a film about a man in his I don't know, anywhere between 26 and 32, somewhere in that range.
That's a 6-year gap, bro.
Yeah.
That's a very finite.
Really, the middle of that is my age, which is 28. That's what I'm saying. A guy in his like late 20s, early 30s, and he lives in the modern world. He tries his best to get by in these hard times.
Yeah.
He does his best to stay healthy. He does his best to be social and
that's right. Yeah.
Things are hard. We all know this. Things are hard in this world.
They can be, yeah. At times.
But kind of the defining part of, I've not even got a name for this character yet, but he
no, but at least he's there.
A defining part.
He's the main character.
Yeah, a defining part of his character is that he does his best. He does what he can.
Yeah,
and he has a good moral compass.
Yeah.
And then in this world, something happens in the universe that this film takes place in, and something apocalyptic. Something that renders the landscape that this character's living in a wasteland.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And things turn from bad to worse when bartering turns into stealing and just be going
trying
out,
to survive.
Yeah, just going out on the streets is a problem.
Yeah.
But the main character has a dog.
He does.
And that is man's best friend, as they say.
Yep.
And in back when things were normal, the dog, it was just him and the dog.
Yep.
He wasn't a successful bachelor. Yeah, well, he was a successful bachelor, and then he stayed a bachelor.
Yeah.
But he has this dog, and that's all that's what gets him by through most.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And as we descend into the wasteland and into the apocalyptic side of the story, him and the dog go through many trials, of many ups and downs and losses and.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can't wait.
And you really start to see the bond.
Yeah.
And you realize that really they're keeping each other going. In the they need each other.
So basically, before like you carry on, you're saying that the both live off each other, and without the other one or the other, they would die.
Yeah, it's a team.
Okay.
It's a family. It's a team. It's a bond, and they're all each other's got.
Yeah.
Again,
they're in a journey.
It's them against the world.
Yeah.
And
okay,
a part of this script that I need to flesh out slightly more is what their adversaries are.
Right.
Who the villains are. What are the problems that they come up against? There's got to be some sort of...
it can't just be like they're having problems. Is that...
there's
people
got to
ask you like, what problems? Yeah, I don't know, just problems in an apocalyptic world.
there's
Like,
got to be some sort of battle that they're fighting.
yeah,
But really, just to stay alive is the main. And as we enter the third act of the film, supplies, things get worse. You know, the color palette of the film changes from a maybe washed out beige in the second act of the film. We turn to dark blues in the third act of the film. You
okay,
know, it's
right.
blacks. You know, dark blues. It's very things are getting scary.
Okay.
Food is scarce. Supplies are running low.
From that time that we made this,
Mhm.
we made this. You thought about this and told me.
I've had this idea.
I've had some other questions that I've wanted to ask. That I
Okay.
didn't ask the first time, so I'm glad that you're mentioning this again.
Well, let me get to the
Nitty gritty, yeah.
well, yeah, the final act, the final event of the film.
Okay. Supplies are scarce, right?
I should mention at the beginning of this film something I didn't mention is that this man is like a vegan. He tries his best to, or not vegan, but just vegetarian. He's conscious. He's conscious of his
yeah. He
like
doesn't
of
wanna-
what's going on in the world and what as I say, his heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
And as we get into the final act of the film, it becomes apparent, and this would come on very slowly. It's a slow. We've built up the bond between him and the dog.
Okay, yeah.
And
Quite a big bond, yeah.
what's going to have to start peeling away is the layers of conditioning that society has placed upon us, and we're going to start seeing a human and a pet become two animals, and those labels are going to become stripped away. Now, I only, well,
Yeah.
I'll just say like what happens, and then I'll,
Yeah, just
Then
fucking
I'll-
rip the band-aid,
then I'll
bro,
justify,
like,
then I'll justify my
Jesus.
decisions. So
keeping me in suspense. Oh, the audience is in suspense.
when it comes down to it, there's a night when they decide that they are animals and they fight. And the
Okay.
man knows,
Oh, this is new. This is new.
the man knows that he will die without any food. And he's in a situation where there is no other option. And the dog knows that a time has come where he must attack his owner. And the man and the dog fight in
Wow.
what will be an absolutely brutal scene
Wow.
that
This
concludes
is new.
in the man eating the dog.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Now,
Right.
okay. Okay.
Just before you say anything, I just want to say
Yeah. You've already said a lot.
that
you know,
I
but yeah,
understand
okay.
that this is a triggering concept.
Not so much for me.
Not for you, but no, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about like to put in a film and show to a room full of people, possible multiple rooms full of people. But you know, they make horror films. They make films about what's like the biggest film that's out at the moment. Go on.
Your voice went so high pitched there. But they make films.
What's like the biggest film that's out at the moment?
Avatar.
Cocaine Bear.
That's not the biggest film out at the moment.
No, but everyone's talking. It's got a lot of heat. It's got a lot of heat. I'm hearing a lot about Cocaine
Yeah, but
Bear.
that's based on a true story, so...
It's Ray Liotta's last starring role. I may have got that actor wrong.
What, the guy from Goodfellas?
Yeah. It's one of these old fucking mobsters' last films ever. Al Pacino.
Right, okay.
That's why I'm hearing a lot about it.
Okay,
I keep seeing that it's
right.
about a bear on cocaine and it's this guy's last ever film. So
It's yeah, but that has nothing to do with the story of
if they can
Cocaine
make
Bear.
a film about a bear on cocaine, I could name, there's numerous films that I could name.
Yeah, but
You can make a film about it. You can
I understand that. You can make numerous films about anything.
Funny because
alright?
you've not even said anything yet, but
Yeah, I know.
But
I
prior
understand. But
the
Cocaine
conversation
Bear
we
is
had-
based on a true story. So there isn't nothing that isn't a film about something that was fake. It happened actually. So that
well, Okay.
But you can't then say that the movie that we're talking about now is like, oh yeah, well, this is real. I'm like, no, there's no apocalyptic world
I'm willing to
that I
bet.
see yet.
I'm willing to bet that the story of Cocaine Bear, compared to its original narrative, has been heavily embellished. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. What I'm saying is, have you heard of that story about that guy who lived with wolves
Yeah,
and then they ate him?
yeah.
And he was cool with them for a while, but I think I've heard someone talk about this where it was like the spring when he met them or something, and he was cool with them through the summer, and then it started to get cold and food got scarce. This is what I'm saying. Food got scarce, and they looked at him and were like, yeah, we've tolerated you for the summer, but that was smooth riding. Now it's like wintertime and we're going to eat you. And I'm saying that's what would happen. It's not nice. It would be a horror film. It would be like some sort of sick.
But I've got some questions.
Okay. Yeah, hit me.
Okay. Right. Throughout this whole film, right?
Mm-hmm.
The scene is a post-apocalyptic world.
Well, something happens that makes normal society break down.
Okay, something happens that makes society break down, right? In this scenario, are you saying that the guy is so done with people he's not talking to anyone else?
No.
Because if you're in that situation, right, I would tend to think staying with a group, probably best.
But I said he was a loner in the real world back when everything was fine.
I understand.
He wasn't a people person anyway.
I understand, but what I'm saying is this is dire situation. This ain't,
he's got anxiety.
I can't go to yoga because that girl fucking Shanice is there. I don't fucking, you know what I mean?
Who's Shanice?
I just made her up, all right? At that point, society, if he's a loner in society, that's fine. But then he might be a person that's really good at a certain thing because he's so far away from society that when he meets people, they're like, fuck, we gotta stick with this guy. He knows his shit.
You think he'd get followers?
I think he would.
Well, yeah,
then
maybe, but it's like when I play Fallout, Martin. You just a lone wanderer. You do things, you know what I mean?
Lone survivor, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he would. That's what I mean. I need to flesh out the where I've got some story points set up pre a catastrophe, wasteland, eats dog. There's a middle section there. It's like section 40% to section 80%.
I mean,
filling in.
This is what I'm telling you. The idea, I have no problem with it. I don't think what you first said to me is people, if you ask people, would they eat their dog, if they were in that situation.
Well, that's how I do.
That's a no. If it's somebody who's lived with that dog for years and years and years, that's fine that you want to make a film about it so then people can see and be like, whoa, this is
You're not hearing the story of the wolves.
What?
The point of the film is to demonstrate that when stripped of our social conditioning, humans turn... I got an email.
Nice.
When stripped of...
21st century, bro.
When stripped of their social conditioning, humans revert to beasts. That's the film. That's the point of the film.
Right, okay. That and that's
I think it's a good idea.
You can't, that's fine that is what you want to base the film around.
I believe it's a factual concept.
A factual concept.
Okay.
Every person
here's another
in the world, every single one will turn into an animal and eat their beloved. I don't think, there's people out there.
Forget about everyone else. Me and you are locked in this room. How long until we start eating each other? What have we got here? We've just got those edibles. That's the only thing. It's the only food in this room.
We're gonna space them out though.
There's no food. There's no water. There's a punnet of almonds over there, and there's that basmati. There's basmati rice, almonds, and like.
So.
Sick.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. How long would it take for us? Because I
How
don't know,
long
man.
3
days?
days? How long? No, how long does it take for you to go to a point where like I would let you eat me. I would let you eat me. I don't give a shit.
Shut up, man.
I'll get to a point where I'm like, what? Why? What is the outcome of this? In my head, what is the outcome? Like all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna be out a friend regardless. You're gonna be out a friend, or I'm gonna be out a friend regardless. There isn't a situation where like I need to fight you, so then I'm king of the fucking jungle.
You don't
I don't give a shit. I'm like, I'll let you eat me.
We'd systematically show on screen the breakdown of how being in starvation starts warping your mindset to think in a different way. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like...
Yeah, okay.
You'd think about different options that you would never think about once deprived of food and water. Things would start... New opportunities would start arising.
I don't see it in my head. I'm like...
Yeah, that's
whatever.
what I'm saying. You won't. Because you're cool now. Like, we're probably going to like eat a pizza or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're cool. We know that like...
It's not...
For the foreseeable future, we can like sustain ourselves.
I'm sure there's studies out there of this. Well,
Yeah.
people have gone...
That's what I'd do as well before I made this film. I'd find like the closest real world examples I could and like just to like give myself... Because you're like, what you're doing to me now is like what a journalist would do or like a film critic. You know what I mean? Like,
What?
they'd like...
No. I just
No, it's
have...
good.
I have questions...
You're prepping me.
Yeah, I have questions more for like... The film can happen. That's to me, that is not outside the realm of thought for that film to be a thing. It's not even the worst idea out of the 3 films that we thought about that evening. Okay? So like...
Hang on. Are you telling me that you've got a problem with my tale in the woods?
What?
My story about a forest?
Yeah, the ass in the woods. Like, what the fuck, bro?
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
That movie idea with this movie idea, they are not comparable in any way.
You
In any way.
have vastly underestimated my story about the ass.
Would you? No, I'm not. What I'm saying is...
2 boys in a forest walking down a path. They feel a compelling desire to stray from the path.
Okay.
And go down this beaten track.
Right.
You know, they're brushing branches out their face and they're like the shrubbery.
You're setting the scene. I
The
understand.
shrubbery in front of them.
I understand.
And then they open up the shrubbery and they find themselves a clearing. And in the middle of the clearing, there's just an ass.
See, straight away, right there. Man with dog, apocalyptic an apocalyptic event, man eats dog. Understandable. Can be done, right? Because there's people out there that would do that.
Yeah, well-
Understandable. You can't tell me that other people can relate to seeing an ass in the middle of a fucking clearing.
The genre of the film would be fantasy.
Oh my God, this is what I'm saying. This is
The
what I'm
dog film is a real world,
Yes.
like thriller, like
yes. I can.
it's like Castaway with
I can
Tom
relate
Hanks.
more to that than a fantasy world.
But you watch like Gods of Egypt and Jupiter Ascending and shit.
So okay.
None of that can happen. The ass in the forest is way more possible.
Bro, that is not no.
You're telling me
You're telling me in the last 65 million years or however fucking many years humans have been fucking a thing, that there's been an ass in a fucking forest, and that is no, it's not possible.
It's an
not
intriguing idea.
No, I get it. I think you're taking this way out of context because it's like the ideas. I love them. Let's do them all. I don't have a problem with having the ideas. What I'm telling you is, with the dog situation, right? You having knowledge of like studies out there that are stating, oh yeah, well, this amount of people will eat their dogs and this amount of people in this situation wouldn't eat their dogs, right? We have come from going on about this situation with a dog and a man to us in a room fighting each other for survival. I don't think out there is a possibility where out of me and you, like let's say it's out of me and you, where I would be able to like even try to eat you.
You have vastly underestimated your own nervous system. That's what I'll say.
You're telling me an ass in a fucking field is the same as a fucking apocalyptic world with a man and a dog? Like, that could happen. That could happen tomorrow.
Weird things happen, man. Have you see some
fantasy doesn't seem to happen often.
You see some stuff on the internet, like, I don't know, you might see like a weird ball has fallen from the sky in Mexico.
But what's the first thing you would think? Think
An ass in a forest.
I know it's a fantasy, right? But the first thing you think about is an ass in a forest. Is that the first thing you think about when you see an ass in a forest? If that was you, just think about.
Are you asking me what the first thing I think of?
What would
if
you
I
think
saw
about?
An ass?
Yeah. What was the first thing you would think about? Now, this is in your own magical fucking realm, right?
It's
never happened before. This is the first time anyone's ever seen an ass in a field before. What's the first thought that you have?
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Hang on.
Are you being... I see an ass in a field. First thing I think about is, let me fuck it. Is there a dead person there?
No, you've got the whole
What is that? You're going, fuck it. No.
You've got the whole vibe of the film. You're
turning this into a porno. That's what you're going with.
Your film has like a grey scale filter on it, and the ass is like dirty, and it's like, it's just not an appealing situation. It looks like a murder scene.
No.
In my head, there's like
that.
harps playing, and like when they move the shrubbery aside, there's like a fucking like flute music.
Is this a fairy tale, bro? Of the two the two men and the
it's
ass
like
in
the
the
sword
field.
and the stone.
And you have to put your dick in it.
It's like the opposite of the sword and the stone.
It just then turns into a fucking magical armor that just goes...
Well, something then, that's what I was just about to say this, is that this idea is actually really not, it's more of a premise. Like, it's like the first 20% of a film.
It's not even the first 20%, bro. That's like the first 10 minutes, bro.
But it's an intriguing enough of an idea to build a film around.
I understand that.
What's in the ass?
I feel like you could do that.
Where'd the ass come from?
Yep.
Why's the ass there?
Yeah, but those are the questions I would be asking. Not fuck it. Let's fuck it. That's not the first thing that I would think about.
Well, I think...
however lovely it looks, it's like fucking butterflies swirling. There's fucking...
There'd be a narrative
Cupid flying about, some shit, some fairies fucking each other. I don't know, like...
There'd be a narrative device that made fucking the ass, need to happen. Something would happen where it'd be like, oh, you need to...
Fuck's sake,
Like, they didn't...
This is an 18 already.
It's definitely an 18. That would be a huge challenge, trying to make it not an 18.
I mean, they are starting to...
Asses.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
penises
Whoa.
in TV shows. Now.
I mean, I feel like there's been a huge imbalance of vagina to penis and just female genitalia to male. There should be more male genitalia shown. But I've actually heard about this.
No,
Right.
that's
Flaccid. Right. Flaccid penises
yeah.
are allowed on.
Yeah.
Allowed.
Yeah.
You're not allowed a hard cock.
That's why I'm saying that they're starting to do that.
What, hard cocks are coming?
Yeah.
To television.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not
be
saying
fair, well,
that. It's a fact. There's already a show out there.
Yeah,
like
there's that Naked Attraction show where they're just like.
Yeah, but no. I'm
judging-
saying there's a.
Well, we're one step
series.
away from a hard cock.
No, there's a series out there with that.
What
happening.
series?
I can't fucking. I don't fucking know. I didn't watch it. I didn't think. Oh, hard cocks.
Maybe
yeah,
we're gonna
watch
get
this.
to the point where like all like broadcasting just becomes porn, and what we watch as porn is like normal daytime television. Like you're like sneaking in an episode of 2.5 Men, just to get a relief from all the porn.
What? How would that turn into just?
That's another film idea right there. Times Square, every billboard, porn.
If you can make that happen, bro, that would be a sight to behold. To be honest,
I think that would open up some narrative opportunities to make some pretty on-the-nose commentary about the porn-addicted world that we live in.
I mean that's exactly what I was just about to say. I'm like,
Blade Runner.
everything's going towards that way anyway.
That's
The amount of fucking OnlyFans, different fans, my fans, all that shit, bro. Like all of that shit that's happening right now. It's like
we're moving towards Times Square,
being full of porn.
Porn Square.
Yeah. They're gonna be like advertising OnlyFans models in some of them. It's like, oh yeah, definitely come and watch. I don't fucking know. I was gonna say famous person, but I was like, I can't do that to them.
You don't want to put someone on blast.
No, just for a joke.
Come and see Martin DeVerge.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Come
And-
and see Martin DeVerge. Come on that door handle. I don't fucking know.
Whoa, that's a niche. For you have to made it onto a billboard for doing that on doorknobs. You must have. That's a hard graft. You know,
I did it.
you
I
have to
got
be
there.
a bit more.
Mama proud.
I don't know, man. Like coming up with film, you could make a film about that, or an ass in a forest, or a man that eats his dog.
You can make a film about anything. I have no harbors.
Harbors. Neither do I.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I had having a
against-
harbor be fucking. That'd be crazy.
Why not? Let's have a
Imagine if you
let's have a
owned
few harbors.
Just a couple of harbors. One here, one there.
Nothing against making all these films. What I'm saying
You got me thinking
about the
harbors.
dog and the man is that you can. That film, I think we should make it. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you we should make it. I'm telling you we should. But there's going to be some people out there that are going to be heartbroken about the situation.
Look,
Because they're going to be like all righteous about eating a dog in a film. Like it's...
I was terrified of Mini-Me.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that happened to you.
You know, he terrified me. Vern
Because
Troyer.
he was a mini-me or you?
Mini-Me doesn't look anything like me.
Then, okay, right.
So, no. But I don't know why, really. I think I saw Austin Powers, like, as like a 7-year-old
Okay.
on holiday when I was meant to be, like, asleep. And my parents were watching it, but I was, like, awake, like, on a sofa. I saw this little man. I'd never seen a man so small.
Wow.
And the way that we got through that is one of my mum's friends who was into like magic and shit told her that if she got me to draw a picture of Mini-Me
Burn him.
And then find him and kill him. No, no, draw a picture of him and then burn it in a fire. I wouldn't be scared of him anymore. And that did work. And then I became aware that he was a man called Vern Troyer, and there are people that are all shapes and sizes. So I came full circle on that one.
I'm proud of you.
The reason I brought that up is because I didn't hold.
I thought at one point in that, like, I thought it wasn't going to turn around. Like, I didn't think you were going to make it.
The reason I brought that up is because I don't hold any resentments towards Mini-Me or anything else I've seen in a film that, you know what I mean, that might have like shocked me when I saw it. I go looking, like, if something shocks me like that, or if anything gives me a large scale emotional response, if something makes me cry, if something makes me jump for joy, if something shocks me, I'm kind of like interested in it, and I want to like know like why it made me feel like that, because the feeling was like intense. So it's like, whoa, I want to check that out. Like, what is that? So I don't eat dogs.
I certainly hope so.
And
you
some people
have
do
a
eat
dog.
dogs. Some people do eat. I have a dog, yeah, but some people eat dogs. Like, it's a thing in Asia, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But is that because of how many dogs there are there, or because people just want to be like, well, that?
No,
they
I think
say
they just
that-
eat dog, man. I don't think there's an overpopulation of dogs that they're like doing the country a favor by like, yeah, we'll eat some dog just to get the numbers down. I don't think that's the situation. How many dogs do you think there are in Asia?
No, there was. I just know that there was something. It
then they
may
ate
not have been a dog, but it may have been just like an animal that there were too many of, so they had to. Is it squirrels? No, I don't know. I can't tell you. But there is a certain animal that they will breed way too much if you don't keep them.
Oh yeah, there are loads of animals. There's animals where that's like people's justification for like going hunting, like deers and stuff like that. They only go, well, there's all sorts of different people hunt, but people think they're doing it in some sort of sustainable manner because they'll go to an area where there is an overabundance of it, and there needs to be less of that animal. I don't know how I feel about that, but
I mean,
I wouldn't want to kill an animal. Like,
if
I would
it overruns
to
the
survive.
city to a point where like they're just walking straight in front of traffic, you're like, wow.
There's a place.
Wow, what are you gonna do?
Singapore, where there's like monkeys just everywhere, like on the streets and whatnot.
A monkey can fucking rip your face off, bro.
Yeah, my dad has I told you my dad's story about that. This is just, my dad has some crazy stories. I want to get him on this podcast one. Like, I need to again, this is like a detective.
Is he gonna like motherfucking screaming? I don't think so. But well, I'm down for him being on the podcast
At some point, one day.
one day.
But I need clarification on these stories, because
You heard it here first, folks. Okay, one day.
he just has some ludicrous stories, and stances. But yeah, stories about.
What's this monkey situation?
He told me once that he watched a man get his testicles ripped off by a baboon at Copenhagen Zoo.
Why was his
a zoo
nuts
in
out?
Denmark. Okay, a zoo in Denmark.
Why was his nuts out? That's his.
I think that
At any point.
apparently a baboon got loose, and that's a thing that the baboons like do.
Just go around.
They're
How did they know where?
Well, they have testicles, so they were
Right.
aware that it's a sensitive area.
Right. Okay.
They're mammals, so they're like, they have a sense of like our weak points and whatnot. And
Christ.
yeah, to my understanding, he said that like everyone, I don't know, there was a restaurant at the zoo and everyone packed into like a toilet or a small room or something whilst this was going on.
Fuck me,
But it's the kind of
bro.
thing-
What the fuck?
It's the kind of thing that
Just
like,
imagine that. Just like, oh yeah, just having a nice little walkabout. Oh look, elephants, giraffes. Oh shit, there's a man getting his fucking nuts taken off by a baboon. What the
but it's so crazy because it's the sort of thing where like he's just brought that up. that's just a story I have that he's told
And
me.
he acted like nonchalant about this.
Yeah, he's been fairly nonchalant about it and just never clarified. Like, never really, like...
Never went into detail.
Really? I think he said his brother was there as well, my uncle.
When he gets on this podcast, that's the first thing I'm asking him. I want to know.
Yeah, and then he's got another story about Mexican gangsters in LA.
I mean, I could believe that.
Yeah, that one is more on the believable scale. But
Yeah.
it's still mad because he said that, like, basically a car pulled up to him and he lived in LA for a bit and when he was, like, my age. And he was with some people and a car pulled up and spoke to them, and then car got to the end of the road and then it started reversing back down the road, and the people he was with said get down on the floor and roll underneath the cars. So they all, like, got underneath the cars, and this car came back and then left and they were cool. But it's just the way he phrases it when he's like, yeah, Mexican gangsters in LA. Like,
Mexican
in my head,
gangsters
like
in
a
LA.
guitar goes ring, and like do, and he's like there with a sombrero on, and there's like pistols and tequila, and
You're about to have a fucking showdown, bro.
yeah.
So wait. So they pulled up, said what?
I don't know. They said something to one of the people that he was with. Maybe like asked for I don't know, but obviously the guy that he was with made the assumption that these men were dangerous. So he told my dad to get underneath the car.
Did he give you any more information?
Nope. Again, quite cloudy.
Jesus Christ.
He just gives me these
I have
snippets.
so many questions.
He actually did this the other day.
So many.
Yesterday he hit me with one of these stories.
No way.
Yeah. We were talking about cocaine. Okay.
Cocaine Bear.
No, we were watching...
Going back onto that.
We were watching Only Fools and Horses. You aware
They
of
had
that?
cocaine.
You aware of that show?
Yes.
Um,
Never really see, maybe snippets, but no.
Yeah, I mean,
Full episodes.
it's just about like a guy that sells cheap shit all the time, and
Cheap furniture.
he like thinks that he's like always making the money, but he's not. He's like always in bad luck all the time, and he's got a brother called Rodney, and Rodney rarely helps the situation.
Right,
and
okay.
This was a special. It was like a Christmas special one we were watching where they've gone to Miami and they got involved with the mafia. And so, yeah, cocaine was being spoken about. And
Oh my God, what did he hit you with? Now I'm fucking.
well, I was just
raring.
talking about how, like, if you're going to take anything, like, I just think it's crazy to take something that, like, can kill you, like, instantly. Like, that's crazy because you're literally like, tonight could be the night. Like, you're like just rolling the dice. So it's a crazy, obviously like caffeine can kill you in large amounts, but it's going to be like a more drawn out process than like cocaine. I've seen people like do cocaine and fall to the floor. I've never seen like anything else do that to a person. Like
Heroin would do that as well.
Yeah, but I've never seen anyone. I don't want to see anyone do heroin. Like, so, but yeah, I was just talking about that. And then my dad just looked at me and went, someone I went to school with, did he say when he was 10 years old? He said somebody when he was at school, they were a hippie family and they used to sleep in their parents' bed. That's what he said to me. He said this guy was part of the hippie family that like they must have done cocaine. That's why he bought it up. But he said that he went to bed one day and woke up and his mum was just dead next to him. And then we just went back to watching Only Fools and Horses.
No more information. Just that's.
Well, I'm like,
I would fucking die, bro. Like, what?
It's funny because
you
my
can't
mum
just say that.
My mum's like just sat there like, I don't know, playing
Does it-
Candy Crush on her phone or something, and
Like,
Dad's just like coming out with that.
He comes out with all of the. Do you ever think that he may be just doing it to be like, that's your son and father sort of thing? Oh, this is what I do.
No, because he has this. He's lived a crazy life, like for sure. Like Baboon at the Zoo seems crazy and explosive. That one like seems.
Jesus. I know the guy.
Cinematic.
The guy. I will be screaming till I get to the hospital.
He said he was at a house party once, and their parents had a gun, like the house they're in. Like there was a gun in the house because the parents owned it, and someone like blew their head off and like died at that party. Yeah, and he was like moved around, like his parents like split up, and he was moving from school to school, and so yeah, I can like wrap my head around most of the things he tells me, for sure.
Okay, right.
Make it
I
up.
just it's fine if they're true. Obviously, they're not that fine.
I'm getting a call.
Oh shit! You getting put up? Who's that?
No, it's my mum.
Okay.
Let's talk of the devil. Yeah, we should probably wrap this up because I got a dog to give a bone.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, let's do the. Well, obviously, we'll keep doing this.
Yeah. Well, so from now on, these episodes are going to be an hour and a half ish long, and the first 45 minutes to an hour are going to be like on Spotify everywhere, and then everything else is going to be on our Patreon. So if you head over there, it's in the link on the Spotify, and like if you've got me and Martin on Instagram, I'm ølund, OLUND _ and Martin's at Martin Diverge, and we've got the podcast page. You just sign up to the Patreon, then like just give whatever you like. We're so grateful for anyone to give anything to like, so we can like keep on doing this. And you'll get longer episodes and like extra little bits that like I'm doing with my music and behind the scenes stuff. And just a look into our world if that's something that like interests you.
That's right. And like I said, after 8 games on Twitch, hit me up. Come say hello. See what's happening. If not, that's fine. You know where I am.
I've enjoyed talking to you, Martin.
Me too, bro.
Until next time.
Peace the fuck out. It's not that deep, Come here, I need the money.